All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, me, because nobody's joined here yet. I'm going live to chat a little bit about magic. And this is a word that I use a lot and a lot more recently and a lot on my new website. And I realized that some people might not know what that means. So, hi, friends that are joining live. I'm here to talk about magic. So, I did a poll on my Instagram stories yesterday asking if people understood what I meant when I use the term magic. Hi, Susanna. Hi, friends. Hey. So we're here to talk about magic. And like I said, it's a word that I use a lot, and you'll see it on my new website. Also, I was going to make, or the kind of subtitle for my workshop series that I'm hosting this week is how to bring more magic into your life and business. And so I wanted to clarify what I meant and what I mean when I speak of magic, because what I don't mean necessarily is Harry Potter and magical thinking or fantastical thinking. And so yeah, I want to clarify what I do mean. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, I'd love to hear what are some associations that what do you associate with the term magic? You can pop it in a comment in Instagram. If you're watching this there, I'll probably put this up on YouTube as well, so you can put a comment there. But I think that's what I do want to clarify, that I'm not necessarily talking about magic wands or spells, although maybe a little bit. It's something more subtle, and it's something more everyday for me. So what do I mean when I speak of magic? There's a few different scenarios that I feel connected to magic. Well, actually, before I go into that, I looked up the Google definition. Hold on, let me pull it up on my, it just disappeared. I looked up what magic meant on, where did you go? We'll just have to do it again. Magic definition. I Googled this because I love looking what the definition of terms are. Okay, so magic, a noun, the power of apparently influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. Also can mean as an adjective, wonderful or exciting, which I definitely resonate with that definition. Sometimes I use the word magic. Ooh, this is magic. This is magical. It's something wonderful and exciting. And then it can also be used as a verb to move, change, or create as if by magic. And so how I connect to magic, or when I use this term, is first when I feel connected to the unseen world. So if I'm in a meditation and I hear a voice, or I receive a download, or I see magic as that acknowledgement of connection, that there's more going on than maybe meets the eye. There's more going on than just what we see in the 3D. Things don't always work as linear as maybe we've been taught in school. And so I feel magic when I feel that connection to the unseen, to my intuition, to my higher self, to my understanding of spirit. And also when I feel connected to nature. A lot of times I feel and experience and believe in magic when I'm in nature. Even right now, the sun is shining. I see birds flying around, and spending a moment connecting to nature in all sorts of forms. And sometimes that feels sometimes nature can be more scary. Magic isn't always, although when I use the term, it's usually a positive thing, but it might not always be a positive thing. It's this connection to something unseen, something bigger. And I also see it's not just when I feel it or when I receive something internally. I also use the term magic and I'll connect to what happened today. I also use the term magic when something manifests into the 3D world in a way that feels magical. It feels non-linear. It feels like there is something out there supporting me. The universe is sending me messages in the form of really practical, I have this crystal here, practical, tangible things. And so for an example of this, and this is why, one reason why I so love tarot cards and I love pulling them. And this morning I pulled 3 cards. Like, not every single tarot spread that I pull makes me feel like all the feels inside. Like, usually there's some messages. Sometimes there are things that I don't want to look at or that I'm ignoring. And the cards are like, hey, Emily, like, look at this. But this morning, the spread was just like, it was like, oh my gosh, these cards, like, there is something in this. And I still have those moments too, even though I've been pulling tarot cards and I fully believe in them. I still need like the tangible reminders of, oh, this is real. So it's that bridging of the unseen world and the seen world. And I saw that this morning, one, by this tarot spread just being so spot on. It's so spot on. So spot on. I couldn't have picked, if I had just went through the cards and picked them out, I couldn't have picked a better, more perfect, more connected spread. And then another way, and I posted this on my stories, another way that I felt magic was just by, so I don't often do like the same workout a couple days in a row. Specifically, I've been using the Peloton, the bike this winter, and maybe I'll do it twice a week, and pretty much never do I do it 2 days in a row. But today, as I sat in meditation, I was like, oh, I should do yoga today because I did the Peloton yesterday. But I got like, no, go do a Peloton ride. Like, you want to be in that energy. You want to listen to that music. You want to be a little bit like there's some fire to burn through and work through. And so I could have used my rational mind and been like, no, it's not a good idea. You're sore. You did the Peloton yesterday. Do your yoga workout. But I've learned to follow my intuition and follow my desires and follow what feels fun and follow what feels good, especially in workouts, which is a big, big shift from Emily 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, who used to run every single day, do yoga these days a week. So that's really cool, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is to share that and I just picked a class like in the Peloton app, and it was everything that I needed this morning. The playlist was perfect. The things that the instructor was saying were perfect. It was like it was meant for me. And to me, that was magic. And it's not just magical it's like a random occurrence, although magic can pop up in kind of surprising ways. But this was because I followed my intuition. It's because, hi Danielle, we're just talking about magic. It's because I listened to that voice within. I took a moment to tune in and I trusted that above the more linear, rational mind. And I was rewarded for that through this amazing workout that felt like it was made just for me, even though it wasn't. Maybe it was. So magic, when I feel connected to the unseen world in my own space, either through like meditation, breath work, what have you. I also talk about magic. I also feel magic when I see a connection of something from the unseen world coming into the seen world. So something manifesting, yes, but also just pulling tarot cards that feel so spot on. Pulling, or like I did this morning, like finding a workout that just feels so spot on. Those serendipitous moments too, serendipity, synchronicity, those are also things that I say as magic. And then another interesting way to think about magic is, and this is something I received from one of my teachers, is that magic is simply paying more attention to something or putting more intention into something than the average person. So this can mean that, you really sit in meditation and sit with something that you want and breathe into it. And it's not just putting more action. I want to be clear. It's not just putting more action into something, working harder, working more hours. It's paying more attention. And so being more present to what is, being more curious as to what's going on inside. And I see all of that as magic. And so some ways that I do this, some ways that I tap into magic on an everyday basis are through sitting in meditation, through being in that quiet space, not necessarily scrolling or consuming something, but getting interested on what's going on inside or the energy that I feel. And I use this in my business too. So when I'm doing, like, for example, if I'm doing a program launch, I don't just, yes, I plan out the practical steps of these are the emails I'm going to send. These are the social media posts that I'm going to do. Hey, Kara, we're talking about magic. It's not just the practical action steps. I also sit in meditation and feel into the energy. Who do I want to call into this program? And not in a like mind control kind of way, but like, what do I feel like would be fun here? What are the clues that maybe somebody else who's just following the linear process, who's just following the formula, isn't paying attention to? And so that's magic. You could say it's giving a little something extra. You could say that it's going the extra mile, but not just in the practical, not just in the tangible, in the energy. And truthfully, people feel your energy. Yes, what you're saying, and this is something I talk about a lot in the mastermind from a business perspective, people read what you're writing, or they see the images that you're putting up on your website, on your social media. They see the services that you offer. But more than anything else, and maybe you can do this as a like, why are you here right now? Maybe you're interested in magic. Maybe that got you into this, but why are you still listening? Why are you still here? It's something about the energy. And so giving certain projects, and like I was just talking about a launch, like a program launch, giving it the space, spending time with the energy of that thing and not just what's on the surface, what's in the scene world, what's in the linear progression, spending some space in that unseen world, spending some space with your energy, spending some time in that space of energy. So yeah, I think the only like, and if you take anything away from this conversation, I said this at the beginning, but I'll repeat it because we have a few new folks here. I don't think of magic as wave a magic wand and something happens. As I've spoken about, and I believe I spoke about this in the Remembering the Future Visioning workshop, which I am going to make available again very soon. So stay tuned on that if you're curious in learning my process for manifesting and goal setting. But the universe doesn't work on our timeline. Like, universe and spirit doesn't work on a 3D timeline. Like, time is something we've created as humans and it's helpful, but when we set a timeline for something, we get disappointed sometimes because it doesn't manifest in exactly our timeline. So that's just the like wave a magic wand. But what I do think is powerful is sitting with that question, like, if I did have a magic wand, what would I wish for? What would I magically make appear or make disappear or make different in my life? And from that place, it's not just magical thinking. It's not just hoping that a prince or a princess or a magic fairy or a fairy godmother is going to pop in and save you. It's taking ownership for your own life and knowing that more is possible. More is possible when you do set an intention, when you do spend space sitting with your hopes and your wishes and your dreams. So while it doesn't, like, magic in my life, at least at this point, doesn't look like levitating, it doesn't look like making things appear out of thin air, it doesn't look like shape-shifting into a frog, again, a la Harry Potter, I see those like sort of magical movies as an exaggeration of what happens and what's really possible on the inside, in your inner realm, in your energy space, in your mind, in your conscious mind, in your subconscious mind. And if you're looking to, so two like takeaways, just anything, something you can do right now to maybe feel more magic in your life, which if we go back to the definition, it's like to feel more excitement, to feel that something's more wonderful, to feel like you're connected to something mysterious and supernatural, is connect with, be present. Presence is like the ultimate magic. Not presence in like necessarily scrolling or like literally presence in quiet, presence in observation, and bonus points if you can be in nature. And if you can't be in nature, like be with yourself. Another one of my previous teachers would always say, like, just look at your hand for a little while and be amazed at what is going on in just your hand of your body. And to me, that's magic. Like the human body is such magic. We didn't even get into that. But presence is such a beautiful way to connect with magic. And as I've mentioned, there have been a number of tools that I've learned along the way to find more magic in my life. And the tools that have been most impactful for me have been the tarot, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, astrology, and human design, because they connect me with myself, my unique gifts, and they also connect me with the greater world around me, what's happening, even the things that we don't necessarily see. And so if you're interested in learning more about astrology, human design, and tarot, I have a free series this week, a video series, Mystical Tools for the Modern World. It is free, but sign up so that you can get all the information. I ask you to look up your birth chart and your human design chart beforehand, and you'll also get all the details on how to join. It's Wednesday the 17th, Thursday the 18th, and Friday the 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I made a post a few days ago that said EST. I forgot that daylight savings time was happening. So it's Eastern Daylight Time. And again, sign up, register. You can use the link in my bio to sign up, or anywhere. There's a bunch of places where you can sign up on my website. And if you register, you'll get a reminder so that there's no confusion around the time. But I would love to share more of these tools with you. And if you're interested in going deeper, sign up for that workshop. And if you watched this video and it was helpful or gave you a new perspective or hopefully provided some more clarity for you, hanging out on my page, maybe going to my website, engaging with my work so that you know what I mean when I say magic. And perhaps this will also inspire you to seek a little bit more magic in your own life. All right, my friends. So great to hop on here today on this beautiful Monday. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.